Have you ever heard of a costume party where guests begin to vanish one by one? Face screaming in fear. This is the story of a night where behind the lights, music, and laughter, death itself was hiding. By the end, only one mask was left behind. But it wasn't a costume mask. It was made of human skin. Backhand index pointing right, stay until the end to uncover the whole story. In the heart of the city stood an old mansion long forgotten by people. It was once the residence of a wealthy aristocrat's family, but after a tragic incident, the entire family mysteriously disappeared. Years passed, and the mansion turned into ruins of silence. Suddenly, rumors spread that a grand masquerade ball was to be held in that very mansion. Exclusive invitations were sent out to certain people. Those who received them were intrigued, fearful yet tempted by the mystery. On the night of the ball, the deserted mansion glittered with dazzling lights. Balconies adorned with lanterns, guards at the gate, and laughter echoing from inside created an enchanting atmosphere. One by one, guests arrived in luxurious cars, wearing magnificent costumes and sparkling masks. Among them was a young girl named Sophia, a simple college student who had joined only at her friend's insistence. She wore a sapphire blue dress with a golden mask. The moment she entered, she gasped. The grandeur of the hall was nothing less than a palace. But as her eyes swept across the crowd, an eerie unease gripped her. In one corner stood a man who looked unlike anyone else. His mask bore dark, dried bloodstains. The eye holes were hollow and black, as if no eyes existed behind them. And on his lips was a twisted smile, something not human. The party raged on, laughter, dancing, clinking glasses. Yet that strange guest spoke to no one. He only stared, his gaze fixed, especially on Sophia. Suddenly, the lights went out. A piercing scream tore through the dark. When the lights flickered back, one guest was gone. At first, people laughed nervously, thinking it a prank. But then they saw a bloodied mask lying on the floor. Fear spread. Again the lights went off. Again a scream. Again another mask. One by one, guests vanished. Panic replaced laughter. Some rushed toward the doors, but they were locked from within. The windows were sealed shut as if bound by some unseen force. Now only a handful remained, Sophia among them. She trembled in terror. Suddenly, her eyes caught the wall. In blood a message appeared. Now it's your turn. Her mask slipped from her hands. Breath quickened. She dashed to the door, but it had turned solid like stone. Turning back in despair, she felt cold breaths on her neck. Slowly, she turned. The same blood-stained masked man stood right behind her. From the hollow darkness of his mask's eyes, a chilling light flickered. The lights cut again. Darkness swallowed everything. Sophia's scream echoed, then silence. Next morning, when police entered the mansion, they found it deserted. No guests, no laughter, only shattered glasses and empty chairs. In a corner lay an ancient mask, but it looked like it was made from human skin. The city drowned in fear. Newspapers screamed, "The mask party horror. Dozens missing." Detective Daniel Shaw, a fearless investigator, took the case. But all evidence seemed erased. No blood, no bodies, only that sinister mask. From old archives, Daniel discovered the mansion once belonged to Sir Richard Alastair, a 19th-century nobleman infamous for his obsession with the occult. He collected masks, but not ordinary ones. Legends claimed he skinned his enemies and turned their faces into masks. One night, he held a dark ritual in the mansion. After that, his entire family vanished, and the mansion was abandoned. People thought it was only rumor, until now. Meanwhile, Sophia wasn't dead. She awoke in a strange dark chamber. The walls were lined with hundreds of masks, each terrifyingly real, like human faces frozen in horror. A voice echoed, "You belong to us now. Your face shall be our next mask." The masks trembled, shifting as if alive. Sophia screamed, but her voice was swallowed by the walls. Days later, rumors spread again. Another masquerade at the same mansion. Many believed the last incident was a staged hoax. Curious guests returned. Detective Daniel disguised himself and joined them. The hall sparkled once more, music echoing, but beneath the glitter lay a chilling tension. The lights went out. Screams filled the hall. One by one, guests disappeared. Daniel rushed with a torch, breaking into the basement. What he saw froze his blood. A chamber drenched in gore. Masks hung on every wall, their backs dripping with flesh, as though torn from living faces. In the corner, Sophia, alive but barely. A half-mask had been forced onto her face. He dashed to save her, but then the masked figure appeared, his hollow voice booming. This ritual returns every 100 years, and now, it's your turn. Daniel fired his gun. The bullets passed through harmlessly. The lights died again. Chaos. Screams. When the lights returned, both Daniel and Sophia were gone. 2 new masks hung on the wall, one with feminine features, the other wearing a police cap. The next morning, only those 2 masks were found. Newspapers read, "The Mask Party, a festival of death returns." But the question remains, were Sophia and Daniel truly dead? Or are they forever trapped within those masks? Ghost. And will this ritual return again after another 100 years? Or has it already begun? Backhand index pointing right to know what happens next. Wait for part 2.